Good day, guys. Hope you're all doing well. I'm currently on a little break, little leave away with family, but I have my gear set up here in the Airbnb. Everything is ready, and I'm gonna record still the weekly setups and outlook. Also, I think it's gonna be like a bit different because my main computer broke down earlier this week, so have to make do with some improvising. But hopefully we'll still be able to deliver a good product, good setup, and you guys would find some value from it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. We're going to start looking at GU. Just starting here on the 4 hour. I'm noticing the most recent high and low, which actually broke structure. And this is then the move that I'm looking for price to take towards. This is the move that moved towards the downside that broke this low towards the left. So that is our main, I believe, our main range. Then I just basically plotted the high and the low with the GAN tool on this to get the 50% of it. So all of this on the downside is my discount, and all of this on the upside is my premium market. So I'm always looking for price to move from the discount to the premium, or from the premium to the discount. So that's just a little bit of background information, which we will apply to all of the pairs. Having that in mind, then looking for price to come back above the 50% into this order block. So ideally, I am bullish for the coming week. I think we could see a bit of retracement, fill some of this empty space that we have formed in this candle, some of the imbalance in that candle, and then ultimately fill this little imbalance below that wick over there. So that is the idea for me this week, is to see price potentially make a pullback early the week and then continue up towards the upside. That is GU on the 4 hour. We can quickly look on the 1 hour and see we have this range over here that has not yet been mitigated. So we can also use the premium and discount tool, and we can see that for a pullback, we want to see price pull back. And the first area of interest for me is this area of imbalance. So that would be my first area where I would look for price to trade into. It would be wonderful. Ideally, my ideal world would be if we move down, we consolidate maybe on Monday, moving sideways. Tuesday, we drop, manipulate into this area, and then see the push towards the upside. And then the rest of the week just trained towards the upside. Will we see that? I'm not sure. Will I want to see that? Absolutely. So this is then currently just what I'm looking for on the 1 hour price to move down and then move back up again. We could potentially look for an order block on the lower time frames in this area, maybe perhaps the 30-minute. This candle is an order block, but seeing that it's not in the discount below the 50%, below the red line, I'm not as keen to look at this area. I do think that will break down lower, personally, in my opinion. So this is on the 1 hour clean area for me. Over here, there's nothing really strong for me personally. Maybe on the 50-minute we can identify this zone. This zone does hold some value, so potentially that could be a zone that we can reach into as well. But first of all, this area on the 1 hour is for me clean and clear. So this is the analysis on GU. Let's have a look at our next pair is euro dollar. So just looking from the 4 hour point of view, it can be quite confusing as to which high to use, but I'm looking for the primary swing that broke structure. We started off way up here, but that's quite far away. So technically we can probably say that this is the swing, the high and the low. But the way I read it, in my opinion, from this high started and it broke then the structure towards the left. So that is then my more important swing high and low. And then also we place the tool on it, the high and the low. We want to see price move above the 50% line. So let's see it move above that line. Looking at where two can go, we have this order block, and then we have the imbalance there as well. So there's many things drawing price towards the upside, which then could be good for us to look for longs as well back into this area. Potentially shorts then again from this area, but early week could expect some longs into that area. Also, we can clean up all of this empty space in there as well. So that is for me, I think, a good area to look for longs to. On the 1 hour, the only thing about the 1 hour is that the 1 hour is still making lower lows and we haven't yet broken. Whereas with GU, we have broken above the previous lower high. So I do think that early week we could probably see price either manipulate towards the downside, take out these lows, then move back up higher, or we could just start the week by just starting to trend breaking this structure. Then as it trends up, we'll look for the pullback into a new discounted area and then take longs from there. Remember, whenever price stops, we can place the tool and you can look for 50% below the 50% to look for that entry where we can take longs from. So I do think that we will move higher, ultimately, probably, hopefully, stopping in this area. We can really refine this even further on the 1 hour towards that zone, and there's even more imbalance over there. So more refined on the 1 hour, and I do think hopefully we can see price go back up towards the upside. Pretty clean, clear analysis, I think. We'll just see then how the early week plays out and how we can then capitalize on it. Let's have a look at the next pair. Next is Aussie dollar on the 4 hour. This is interesting because here, let's just remove everything. Here we have our high and we have our low. Because this is this move that broke structure towards the downside. Over there, there's our structure break. So pretty clear to see that price is then moving back up into the premium area. And we can see the price already is up in the premium area. So potentially we could actually see price seek the liquidity above this high on EU. So on yes, sorry, on AU. So I do think that Aussie dollar can be moving higher because this is also a very clean zone, in my opinion, where price can return to. We have some nice relative equal highs over here, which would be our liquidity, nice order block. We broke structure break over there as well. So Aussie dollar for me, I'm going to see this area tapped and then potentially looking for shorts maybe from this area. We have this 1 hour zone as well, which could be a nice buying area as well. Let's look at the 1 hour. A nice sell off into this order block. Shared this trade idea with the community in the morning analysis where we had a nice structure break, clean order block. As you guys probably know, full body candle, impulsive move out. That's what I'm looking for. We had that over here. Price perfectly came back, retested it, and then shot up towards the upside. So for this week, looking for a retracement and then a continuation up higher. Yeah, so that is then the expectation or the view for Aussie dollar as well. I think we might see some nice price action coming into this week, and then carry on throughout the week. Next up, we have pound yen. Pound yen has been very nice as well. Really been training well. This is some of the markups that I've been doing for the community, and you can see we've been ranging, but always we've been creating nice zones and nice areas to trade off of. So the whole last week was in anticipation of this move from this high, which was our point A, to this low, which was our point B. So there's a whole story behind it, why those areas. Join the community if you want to know more, or just pay attention to what I'm sharing in the analysis. So as always, I'm looking for full body candles, clean leg out, and a strong structure break. Here we have a full body candle, clean leg out, and a strong structure break here as well. So this for me is a very valid zone. Not sure when it will be reached. Will it be this week? Will it be next week? Not sure, but that is a strong valid area for me for price to reach back into. Currently, we're creating this trend line liquidity, which is also always a dead giveaway that it potentially will be swept. We have all of this imbalance in here as well. Another good thing. So I do think that we could see price go higher. We just first kind of need to break above this previous high, break it, maybe make a pullback. Not sure how deep it will be, and then look for price to go up higher again. So that is the view for me on pound yen as well. Guys, that is going to be it for this week's outlook and setup. I'm keeping it short and simple because I want you to identify what I'm looking for on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, the higher time frames, and then you need to be able to first of all spot how price reaches that areas, reacts around it, and then moves in the opposite direction. For backtesting purposes, it's very good. That is it from my side. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and then see you all in the next one. Have a great one. Bye.